This recording is about the 6 things you absolutely need to know in order to successfully lose weight. In fact, when you finish with this, you'll probably understand why, if you've had trouble losing weight in the past, it has been so difficult. Before we begin, I want to give credit to Dr. Robert Mackey, who is the co-founder, co-creator of the Control It program. A lot of this is his work, and I have to give him credit. We're not pushing the Control It program particularly, but we have to give credit where credit is due. And although the individual bits of endocrine information are not original research, of course, but putting it all together into a successful weight loss program is his work, so he deserves credit for that. And once again, we want to stress that this is just giving you research and information. If you go on a weight loss program, you try to lose weight, we recommend that you talk it over with a professional. Things like diet and exercise should be discussed. Lifestyle, of course, changes can improve your symptoms, and a lot of the research presented here is available at wholehealthweb.com for you to read, and also you can link to a practitioner who can help you. And there is an obesity epidemic in the United States. There's 108 million adults in the United States that are either overweight or obese, and being overweight increases your risk of morbidity, which is illness, or mortality, which is dying. And in many ways, we all know about high cholesterol and diabetes and those kinds of things, but certain types of cancer are more common among obese people. Pain, the tendency to use pain medications, just myriad health problems related to being obese. And when you learn what is necessary to lose weight, you may have an easier time and may become healthier. And the first thing, and what surprises most people, is that diets actually make you fat. Okay, there's a survival mechanism. When you deny yourself food, when you could do a reduced calorie program, you force your body into this survival mode. And you've seen that. We've seen the famous actress go on a weight program and gain all kinds of weight the year after. Did you ever notice that the weight spokespeople never last more than a year or two? There's quite a rebound effect after a diet, and a lot of people blame willpower. It really isn't your fault. You're hardwired for survival, and your endocrine system will cause you to regain the weight. So you need better strategies than just limiting calories. So if diets don't work, what does? Well, actually there are 3 things that need to be addressed in a successful weight loss program: the endocrine system, your brain chemistry, and food sensitivity, sometimes called food allergies. Hormones play a huge role in weight gain. Insulin, which we all think about in terms of sugar and balancing sugar, what insulin does too is it causes you to store calories. So in order to lose weight, you have to get insulin production under control. This usually means avoiding things like refined sugar, not snacking too often, not eating after dinner, that sort of thing. Cortisol, which is a hormone you produce under stress, they've done animal studies that show that animals that are placed under stress will actually crave things like lard and sugar. So you tend to desire high-calorie foods when you're under stress, and you also tend to hold on to weight. You tend to hold on to what they call truncal obesity. You tend to gain weight around the hips, the thighs, and the stomach. So getting stress control under control is vital. There's supplements that can help you. And also at wholehealthweb.com, we do have some stress control exercises, some neurolinguistic programming exercises that you can queue up and listen to. They're free. Thyroid hormone. Thyroid's the thermostat of the body, and that can, there's 11 million Americans that are hypothyroid and may not realize it. The way we just diagnose thyroid, it has some flaws in it, and frequently if you talk to someone who understands natural health care and reads blood chemistries maybe a little bit differently, you may find that you have a subclinical thyroid problem, and that can keep you from losing weight. Leptin is one that people probably don't know as much about, but your fat cells actually produce a hormone called leptin. So there's a feedback mechanism. So if you lose a lot of fat, your leptin levels go down, and this is interpreted by your brain as starvation. This is one of the reasons why diets don't work, and why rapid weight loss sometimes is not a good idea. You have to understand brain chemistry plays a lot. See, we're giving you tips here. You don't want to diet, but you do want to bring inappropriate eating under control. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter. That's basically a chemical that makes your nervous system communicate, parts of the nervous system communicate with each other. And dopamine levels go up with drugs like with different drugs, sexual contact, anything that you find pleasurable will bring up your dopamine levels. And what people don't realize is very commonly overeating is related to dopamine. And one of the things that cause you to produce dopamine are a lot of the food additives, the hydrogenated oils, a lot of the funny foods that people eat. This is why a diet program that has a lot of packaged food is doomed to failure, because the additives actually fool with your brain chemistry. Artificial sweeteners fool with your brain chemistry and may get you inappropriately craving food. Food sensitivities can cause this. So sometimes they're called food allergies by different people. It's a little different from a food allergy. Food allergy is I ate a strawberry and I broke out into a rash. Food sensitivity or hypersensitivity reactions can take 72 hours to come into full effect. Very commonly, it's a food that you eat day in and day out. In fact, a lot of times when you identify one of these foods, the patient will say, "Oh, I can't give that up. I can't imagine not eating that." A common one is bread or wheat. Gluten is a very common allergen. Dairy is another one. And these can, when you're eating these offending foods, they can produce inflammation and food craving. So finding and identifying those are very important. We have an article at wholehealthweb.com called "Can a Good Food Be Bad for You?" It's very, very important that you read that. These can be tested for and eliminated. So you don't want to diet, but you do want to control what you eat and when you eat. You want to get rid of inappropriate eating. Okay, you don't want to overeat. And overeating is caused by your endocrine system, your brain chemistry, when you eat, the different food sensitivities. So if you pay attention to these things, you will naturally eat less and naturally lose weight at a reasonable rate so you don't trigger that leptin release. And one thing that people don't realize is that you have to eat fat to lose fat. Many people believe that the explosion in obesity happened right after the low-fat diet craze that we had. Supplementing with omega-3 fatty acids, and you want to get a quality one because they can be a source of dioxin and mercury. Biotics makes a good product. There are other companies. But if you take a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, they can help keep food cravings under control and actually help keep your blood sugar and insulin under control as well. And Dr. Mackey is fond of saying that we need to eat following the sun. And what that means is you eat your largest meal for breakfast, you eat a little bit of a smaller lunch, and your smallest meal for dinner. And then you don't eat after dinner time. What this accomplishes is it helps you to get insulin under control. So your program will consist of removing food additives, removing sugar, all the funny foods, all the junk foods. You want to eat real food, real produce, things like that. You want to eat your biggest meal in the morning and taper off as the day goes on. Have omega-3 fatty acids. There's other supplementation. That's why it's important that you talk to a practitioner. And that's basically it. You do not have to diet. You do not have to starve yourself. If you're hungry, you actually need to eat. So this is from us at wholehealthweb.com. We're happy to provide it to you. If you're seeing this on a website, chances are it belongs to a practitioner that follows this philosophy for weight loss, and it's an effective one. And our goal at Whole Health Web is to provide you with information that really helps you. If you go to the site, you'll notice we don't have a lot of ads out there. We're not trying to sell you vitamins or anything in particular. The goal is for you to hook up with practitioners that understand natural health care and that can really help you, and for you to understand your health better, because a patient that understands health and takes responsibility for their health will do much better. We hope you enjoyed this.